Alrighty. Next one. So, I'm dating this guy who's also a streamer. My condolences. And I wanted advice from people who also have this streamer perspective. We used to be friends. We bantered a lot. But after we started dating, things got very different. He'd only want two things. Number one, doing
I don't know.
What do you mean? Like streams?
Yeah, I guess so.
Okay. And two, promoting his live streams to me. Why would he promote your live streams to? You mean like promote or show off? It could be two different things. Anyway, I stop by his stream sometimes, and there are other girls there that he talks to on there, either in chat or on collabs. Okay. Now, I'm not the jealous type, I don't think, but he banters with the girls on his stream, like, oh, she's perfect. She's my precious. Oh, I know you love the back, baby girl. Mwah! But when I'm watching his streams, he's like, yeah, nope, he's pretty cool when he talks about me. Is this weird behavior or am I just overreacting? Just wanted insight, especially from other live streamers with coworkers that are girls. Thank you, Vera and Kaelix. Wait, Kaelix, did you understand this part? The whole, when I'm watching his streams, he's like, yeah, OP is pretty cool when he talks about me. So she exists in this streamer world, right?
I think they should graduate from this relationship. Yeah, no, I get the impression that this is someone who's just very open about his life on stream, and it is known that he has a girlfriend. Is the vibe I'm getting, or a partner. I don't know if they say their gender at any point, but I will say this: as a streamer, I've met many streamers, and in a friendship or like a work relationship, I personally get kind of rubbed the wrong way if every interaction has to be about somebody else's job. And if that's the one thing they're going to talk about. In this job, it's very common for you to make it your life. And that's understandable. And again, I'd be a hippo and a crit if I said it wasn't my life. But there is more to speak of. And this is all he has to speak of. Then there's nothing there, I feel. I feel it's empty. Aside from that, there's some very questionable behavior here that you're describing on the stream that is characteristic of what many people would call an emotional affair.
Which part? You mean the, oh, she's perfect? Or is it the she's my precious? Or is it the I know you love me?
I'm talking more like I know you love me back and blowing kisses. Combined with distance referring to his actual girlfriend.
Yeah.
And also, I don't know. This is where I also get slightly unwoke, unfortunately. But in my ideal world, it would not make a difference, gender. But there is a very specific implication when you interact with a woman a certain way as a man, regardless of intention, unfortunately. So it's a very fragile situation to be in this position where you have a partner as a man and you're on stream flirting with girls.
Yeah, it is.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. I think, well, I will take the stance of, since Anon did ask about opinions from other live streamers and coworkers. So I feel like for streamers, like there's various streamers out there, and some people, their content is, well, if I'm just honest, they like reaching out towards their fan base and kind of creates a more lovey-dovey kind of environment, if that makes sense. Like I'm trying to, be careful with my words. But basically, there's some streamers whose main content is that, and I feel like if that's the way that your boyfriend is kind of going for, I don't know if that's something I want to say is.
Oh, I may have misunderstood. Sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt you.
Oh no.
I was thinking this was like collabs.
Well, I mean,
there are other girls on the stream.
They did say in chat or collab, so you're not wrong. You're not wrong. You're not wrong. No, so 100%. Like I was gonna say, and then this is exactly what Kaelix is a good point.
Okay.
Like
I understand
if you're reaching out to chat and kind of harboring that kind of environment, that's one thing. And of course, it is questionable. It is epically questionable if you have a girlfriend, if you do that. Yeah. But yeah, I guess that's in a sense what some streamers do for sure, and that's something I have seen, and that's something I won't. I guess I'm a hippo and a crit as well if I don't sound judged that, but but like I try to be like shake my head thinking okay that's fine, or nod my head thinking that's fine, but to your collab partners saying things like that is a little different. I think it's entirely different. I feel like when you, at least for instance, me in Nijisanji, when I interact with other female livers, I interact with them literally because they're friends. I interact with them as my friends and my coworkers, but I'll never go more than that because of various reasons. Not only would it be uncomfortable for them, but I also know it's uncomfortable for people who are watching. And of course, in this case, kids, if I had a girlfriend, would be super uncomfortable to my girlfriend. The fact that he's doing this despite having a girlfriend and, you know, also knowing that the girlfriend would be watching those streams because apparently he's promoting his live streams to her. I'm sorry, I'm assuming their gender, but yeah, to her. It's not good. I don't think that's fine. I feel like there's a line. I feel like maybe to chat, if it's just to chat, I'll be like, okay, you know, still a little, but okay. But I think collab partners is where that line should be drawn.
I guess ultimately, though, that is their boundary to determine as a couple. But honestly, even without the because to me, again, it reads as an emotional affair, emotional cheating, like cheating without the cheating part. Even without that, if all he's talking about is, you know,
right,
doing the deed and promoting his content,
right,
there's nothing really to be gained from a relationship like that. I feel.
Wait,
I think you should get out of there and leave a little cloud of dust behind you as you go.
What's the deed?
Oh, I guess doing his streams or whatever.
Yeah, so I mean, bro's only talking about his streams. That's not okay. He's got to talk about other stuff.
So he's doing two things. One, he's talking about his streams, and two, he's promoting his streams.
Wow, what is this guy? He seems boring, man. Yeah, drop him. Look for something.
This goes back to the idea of reciprocity. I think in any good relationship, you should be with somebody who's going to talk to you about their feelings and what they're interested in, but will also listen. And hear yours. And if you're not getting that,
right,
you gotta go.
Definitely talk to them about it, and I have a weird feeling, this is just a suspicion, but I have a weird feeling that they're probably gonna say something like, this is just content. I'm just doing it for the content. It's not anything meaningful. If they say that, drop him.
Again, in my ideal world, gender would not make a difference, but if like you mentioned here in the company, if they were a male liver behaving that way with female livers, I'd be icked out like
I would
crazy.
Be icked out too.
I could not do it. On stream or off stream. It's just creepy.
It's very creepy. It's weird. Oh man, I mean, that's so crazy line to me. I know you love me back. That's such a wild line to me.
That's scary. I don't like that.
I don't think I've ever heard that ever. Like, that's crazy. Now, I'm curious though, and this is going to be the last submission, but many submissions I did read kind of asked this question of, how do I know I'm in love? It is a question many people did ask. And of course, and I feel like this is kind of the opposite situation. This person's asking, how do I know if Anon is in love with me? But I feel like equally a lot of people are asking, how do I know I'm in love with this person? And I feel like that's a really good question. And I kind of wanted to ask you because I actually don't quite know either. I feel like it's a very difficult kind of
a tough one, right?
Yeah, it's a tough one, yeah.
I can actually relate a little bit to what they said about struggling to differentiate platonic versus romantic affection sometimes, or like experiences. I think, especially for me, again, I have very limited romantic experience, but when I am in that setting, for me, a romance is a lot more just kind of like a friendship with some extra things on there, I guess.
Yeah.
It's like a deluxe friendship.
Yeah.
So that makes it even harder when you're in that early stage.
Yeah.
And so that was actually a very big problem for me, and he called it like a scuffed method of testing this from a friend when I was asking for advice at one point in the past. A dear friend of mine said that a test to determine what you're feeling is to imagine the person you're interested in interacting with somebody else in exactly the same way that they're interacting with you. If you feel jealous, then what you're feeling is probably not exclusively platonic. That's the hack.
Oh, wait. Oh, that's so good. That's a really good test. Oh my god.
And that I think is what has helped me verify a number of times, like, oh, I'm just really interested in making this new friend. I feel no jealousy at all.
Wait, that's really smart. I'm gonna use that in my future too. That's really good.
I don't know, that's something I've struggled with a lot, because whenever I make a new friend, I get really quickly obsessed with, like, I want to know everything about this person. I think they're the coolest person in the world. And in a lot of ways, for me, making a new friend can really look like a crush in other people. So having this test has helped me a lot.
Oh, dude, that is so huge. That is so huge. And then someone in the chat's like, then I'll be single forever. No. It's more like you just haven't found the right person. I think that's actually really wise. That's a great point.
Not infallible, though.
Yeah, well, no, for sure. I feel like, there's many ways of going about it, but it's also always a difficult question. And I feel like, for me at least, when I knew I was in love with someone, for me, it's when I laugh the most. I feel like I'm really in love with someone when that person makes me happy and I'm around them and I laugh a lot. There was one time it's one of my girlfriends cries, where I literally asked them out on a whim. I kind of just I was just talking, we're just having fun, and she said something, and I laughed so hard, and I was super happy. And then I was like, hey, by the way, did you wanna? And I was like, wait a second, what the hell is going on? Am I asking this person else? And I ended up going for it. And I guess it's just like, I don't know if that's the best test, obviously, but, to an extent, if that person really makes you happy, and if they made you so happy to the point that they wanted to make you ask them out, I feel like that's probably love. I like to think that's at least love. If not, then I don't know what I was doing with my life.
It can be a very complicated experience, and it can be difficult to categorize these things in clean boxes.
Yep.
But I think it is okay to try and fail. If you're not 100% certain, but you're kind of feeling it. You know what I mean?
Yeah. But
I think it's okay to experiment and to learn through the experience.
That's true.